Previously on X-Men.
All right, there it is. Transmission's fully in there. I got not everything buttoned up. Here it is. Hopefully my linkage will work. Ooh. Pretty sweet. It might just work perfectly. Almost as good as that ratchet top.
The next day.
Well, hello. Welcome to the old channel. I told you I was going to do a little surprise in the last video. Check that bad boy up here. Or just check out all my videos for the shovelhead I'm working on right now. The last video, I put a new transmission in the thing. Sent the old one back over to the other project. Did the old transmission shuffle. And I think I did a stator. And I did a lot of other things. In this video, I'm going to finish this up. Hopefully we'll get her kicked over. Maybe not today. It's getting a little dark probably soon. But tomorrow I want to ride this thing. Everything should be dialed on it. So I got a little surprise for you. Check this out. All right, here's the pile of chain madness for my open primary. And I've had this brand new setup in the box, BDL belt drive kit, sitting in the box over here. I'm kind of just putting it all out. I got a new hub for it and some other little goodies. So guess what? I'm putting a belt drive on here. So yeah, I bought this project bike right here. I'm gonna show you. I bought this project bike. I just put that tank on there. And it came with that ratchet trans. That's the other trans that the case is garbage on. So now it's just parts, hopefully. And the ratchet trans is going back in this one, but I'm gonna rebuild or check it out, make it a little bit better. There's a couple things I want to do. But this came with that BDL kit and a bunch of other little goodies. What I was trying not to do was put all these new parts onto this bike, but I kind of just said, screw it. So let's freaking put this thing on there and get it done with, and let's ride this thing. Okay, so first things first, I got the trans all loosened up. I'm pretty stoked. My new little linkage I made for the ratchet trans works with this one. My other rotary top has the tab that goes up, so I thought it might not fit and it might look a little goofy, but the ratchet style has the tab on the bottom, so it ends up working perfect with this tab on the bottom like that. So that's cool. So I got the trans sitting in there and the oil filter in the back. Everything's all buttoned up and loose, but the plate is tightened down. So what I want to do now, which I kind of already started doing, I got too antsy-pantsy, is I put the brand new hub on here and button all these up, obviously through the chain through there. And I already threw grease on here on the rollers. It's all that red stuff. And now I want to button this thing up. So I got the tab in there, they bend over, and I want to put this bad boy in there. But let's put a little dab of red Loctite on this spline. A dab will do ya. And let's try to whoop. Always do that, it's backwards. There we go. Try to get it on there as tight as I can with my hand. Okay, now we get this noisy son of a gun. Make sure it's on the way. Put it on there. All right, that should be good. And then Make sure it doesn't do anything weird, clicking and whatever. And then try to find the screwdriver. Get your little screwdriver. And boy, I screw the tabs up, but you only really need one. Safety precaution. You should always get new ones, but I didn't. So we're gonna use the old one. Sometimes these are a pain in the nuts. There we go. All right, I got 2 tabs. 2 tab will do ya. Okay, the hub's on there. I got it all lubed up and greased. And this is what I want to put on there, just to have on there. There we go. Swirl it around. Man, that looks way cooler than it did before. All right, here's the belt. I feel like if I put this on now, it won't be so hard to get on there. I really just don't want to get it all oily. So what I'm gonna do is put it over here, out of the madness. Here is the front hub, pulley, whatever the hell you want to call it. So you kind of have to build or put this thing together. So what you want to do is put this inner part in there like this, and then that spins. And then what you want to do is find the threaded holes. So there's 3 threaded holes for the bolts, and then there's these rollers that you kind of have to tap in there. The directions are kind of not helpful. I think it goes like this. So that goes in there. The big holes are for your threads. I'm just going to loosely put 1 or 2 of them in there. Like that. Okay, I think that's right. Yep. Okay. So you got to put these bearing, I don't know what they're called, little bearing things in without making too much of a fuss. Uh-oh, right away, they're not that easy. Who would have thought? All right, time out. I'm gonna put these in the vise. Holy moly, you gotta put this hub together with the 3 needles, I don't know what they're called, and then the bolts go on the other side. Well, I don't have a press, and so I was tapping this in, and it wasn't doing anything, so I started hammering it, and I started going to town, and I got it pretty close to almost in there, and I don't want to keep bashing on this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze this thing. Put it with the wieners. There we go. I'm going to put that thing in the old meat locker. Wait 40 minutes, but I'm going to go put this the clutch side together. And hopefully I'll be able to just send it home with the screws that it comes with. So let's get over there. Luckily I'm at this stage, but somebody just told me that this bottom left bolt on the bottom of the transmission is also a leaky bolt. So I'm going to do a little Hail Mary attempt on it and seal this up. I don't know if it's going to work. So I've been using this Seal Plus Lock by Permatex for stud bolts. So I got that liquid crap on there. I try to get it in there straight. And hopefully that worked. It supposedly is Loctite with that sealant in it. So back to this thing. I'm gonna get some gloves on because I want to keep the oil out of it. There we go. So this is the other fun part, is lining this thing up. Okay, we got a long ways to go. Okay, get that nice and tight. Get this thing on there. Can't remember which way to go, so bear with me. That wasn't the way. All right. After putting this thing in the freezer, I was able to, without this cover, put these bolts in without the washer and just do like, I don't know, almost a full crank on each one at a time. Full crank, full crank, full crank, full crank. And it got seated. The only thing that sucked about it was these dowel pins. I can't get in there all the way. These are kind of whatever, but that one's really far out. So I don't know. I'm just going to stick it on there and pray it'll be fine. All right, I got this hub on there. You got to wait for it to get to room temperature, and I kind of was getting antsy. It was still cold. There we go. Nice loose chain, nice loose belt. All right, let's hit this with the red Loctite for the 18th time. Can run out of red Loctite. I don't use it that much. All right, light. Just wait a minute. Alright, let's put a little bit of the red stuff on here. There we go. Welcome outside. It's the next day, so this is day 3. After putting this hub together in the front, it took me forever, and once I got it on there, it was like 11 o'clock. I was just over it. So Sunday morning, this thing's outside. I want to say it's probably a good thing because I got all the silicones and fastener Loctites and things all cured, so everything should be ready to go. So what I'm gonna do now is I got my little handy dandy list because I knew I was gonna get real Twitter-pated and excited. But I just checked the air in the tires was a big one. I didn't know if they were going low. They look low, but they're not, which is strange. Yeah, I basically just got to get this belt tight, tighten up the trans, adjust the back chain, and what else do I got? Adjust the clutch. Oh, yeah, I got to adjust the clutch before I go anywhere, which it should be close. And then there's the normal stuff. I got to check the voltage, see if the regulator, the stator, the battery's working. I charged it overnight on the trickle charger, and it was like pretty much damn near charged, so that's awesome. Battery's not smoked. And then I'll check the oil, and hopefully the oil will be better, because before I had the oil lines hooked up backwards on the filter, so I'm hoping that'll solve the oil pressure problem I've been having, and maybe the motor won't get so hot so quick. That would be sweet. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's freaking get this thing going. As it sits, the belt is almost perfect. A little too perfect, if you ask me. But I'm gonna tighten down these bolts and try to figure this out. All right, this is gonna be a tough one to show. I'm trying to get it straight for you to see it, but it's gonna be impossible. You see how the angle of this belt is like that? More so the trans is like this. So what I gotta do is get the other side and adjust it. I just want this plane straight, and that will definitely probably loosen or tighten that thing up, and that's where it begins. Thing snug down pretty good. I don't want to keep yarding on them and keep tightening on the bolts on the trans. I think that's how I screwed my last trans up and made it really leaky. So I'm kind of gonna baby it. I'm gonna have to check it after I ride it today. Cross my fingers if I do. But now I'm on the chain. It's already kind of perfect, but again, you just want to check and see if the chain is going one way or the other, and you don't want the axle to be one way or the other. A good way to do that is just to check your threads here. I just kind of keep doing that basically, and then it's up off the ground right now too, so it's a swing arm. I drop it, and if it's still got a bunch of slack, that's when I'll final adjust it. But yeah, just try to make them match, and then I'll tighten down the axle. All right. Oop, dirty. Everything's dirty. Belt deflection, probably a little tight, but about a 1/2 inch. Maybe a hair on the tight side, but as good as it gets. The other chain, pretty dialed. So now, let's kick this thing over. So before we get too crazy, let's check all these things. So I got the battery connected. See what the battery's at. 12.79. No power going to it. That's good. So let's turn that on. No sparks. Got 11:36 going to. So we got power. I can't remember if the lights are on. Yep. Okay. Power off. Fuel on. It's time to go in there. See if this thing even catches. Should be in there. Perfect. thing already. Got a lot of play. Let's see if this clutch even works. It usually doesn't, but I got it adjusted the way I think it should be. Sure is a loud son of a bitch. Alright, let's try it. And it died. Alright, so I went to adjust the clutch. This thing is way out there. It's kind of, I don't like it. Then I noticed to check this thing's loose already. And then this chain is so tight. So I'm gonna start over, tighten this up, get this back chain loose. And I got this, is it even tight? I don't even know anymore. Yep, I got this seated and 3/4 turn out, and before I had half a turn. And I don't know if I got these too far out or what. I might just try to get these out. I feel like they're good. Last time I had them way too far out and they weren't grabbing. All right, well, let me do this. Fucker. Okay. Alright, that's all I can do. I couldn't get it to go down the street. I couldn't get the frickin' thing to get even out of the driveway. I don't know what's going on with that clutch hub. I did everything I could. I did the adjustments the way you're supposed to, and it just is really funky. I do the screw it all the way in till it seats, and then half a turn out, crank it down or lock it down, and adjust my clutch lever. And I have to put the adjustment all the way out almost just to have it even like feel normal. Before it was like halfway out, and it just still won't come out of, it just still is grabbing, I guess. I don't know. I put it into first and it just dies. I did as much as I could. It seemed like the basket was kind of sideways too. So I think in the next video, I'm gonna take the clutch hub out, take all the discs out, inspect everything, make sure it's all gravy, and put it back in. So maybe my theory is that key that the hub's sitting on, maybe that's just like not flat or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna redo all that and try to fix it, and it should work. I don't know what's going on. I also need to try to get a new clutch cable. I'll show you that too. But yeah, new trans, well, new to me, seems to work good. Maybe. Bike starts, it just don't want to go. In a new primary belt. Freaking new everything on this bike, so it should go down the road. Once I get this clutch issue sorted, it's all the fun stuff after that. So like, subscribe, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Hopefully we'll get some rides in. Peace.